8 p.m. Eastern tonight, Mexico taking on England. No time change, the Azteca, and of course, the English press. Mariachi band.
Oh, man,
with Declan Rice,
special,
Jude Bellingham, and of course, Harry Kane there. And Kane, we do it? Yes, we can. OK, this is what the England team were having to deal with last night outside their hotel. Fireworks.
That was very nice of the Mexican fans to give them a little display.
Yep, don't think it would have been the best of night's sleep. Nedum's still with us. We've got Adrian Healy joining us as well, and John Sutcliffe too. Adrian, let me start with you. Did you get any sleep last night?
Yeah, you know, I had plans to go out and do a 5K or a 10K run like a lot of the other British journos seem to be doing here, but I actually shelved those plans, you'll be surprised to learn, and actually did some sleep catch-up. It was fine, woke up really early, but everything as normal. I can tell you the energy and the excitement level here is reaching seismic levels with the gates about to be thrown open here at the Azteca in just a few minutes. It feels like, doesn't it? We've been building up to this game for months in England, ever since the draw threw up the possibility of this game happening. Well, it became a reality just a few days ago. So, John, I just wonder from your perspective, how massive a moment is this for Mexico too?
Hi, señores y señorita. This is the biggest game ever played for the Mexican national team at Estadio Azteca. They lost a quarterfinal match in '86 to Germany, but it was in Monterrey. So today is one of those opportunities that the Mexican team has to go through to take advantage of 80,000 Mexicans, the altitude, the smog, everything in their favor. That's why Mexico has a great opportunity to be playing next weekend in Miami. At least it's the best chance we've ever had to do something special in the World Cup, especially in Estadio Azteca.
Yeah, John, we're hearing so much about the altitude, about the hostile crowd, obviously a spot in the quarterfinals at stake. And there's a sentiment that England aren't just taking on a team here, they're taking on a whole country. Would that be a fair way to frame it?
Yes, even though like Javier Aguirre, the head coach of Mexico, said yesterday, it's 11 against 11 in the pitch, and he basically told his players, nobody talk about the advantage of the altitude, the smog, because they know the English team is going to battle. I've covered many sports here. I saw Roger Federer hit a tennis ball and had no idea how far it went. I saw Tiger Woods driving off here in a golf tournament, and he was so surprised because something that's also to be taken into account, Kay, the higher a football goes, there's less friction the more it goes. I can assure you that yesterday's training in Puma's facilities for the English team must have been eye-popping, saying, oh my God, look how things fly here, how different a soccer ball pass goes. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how the British can cope with such a unique setup. Altitude, smog, and the fans, I'll tell you, Mexican fans aren't hostile. You'll see today a fan with a jersey from England sitting next to a Mexican jersey, and that's nothing going to happen. This is not like South America, like in Argentina or Colombia. It won't be hostile. Hostile will be the altitude and the smog.
Shots fired at LA and South America all over again. I'm sorry, Harry. I'm sorry about that.
Just going to let it go.
Yeah, let it go. Be the bigger man here. Adrian, let me talk about the England team news then, and any news coming out of the camp, especially if there has been any news from those training sessions.
No, I mean, the big question, Kay, remains right back, doesn't it? There was some British journalists yesterday even suggesting that Thomas Tuchel might have said Declan Rice is not going to play at right back, but that remains a distinct possibility. Kwanzaa, of course, would be the natural fill-in. And then it's a question of which two wingers does he start. None of them have performed great from the start. They've all performed better off the bench. So the feeling is it's probably going to be Gordon and Madueke, but of course that is subject to change. I do feel that is an advantage that England have to take care of today. You heard John talking about how the ball flies in the air. Well, the aerial dominance that England might have with Messrs Kane and Bellingham coming to the fore means that is one possible route to victory I see for England if they can get through what is going to be a really awkward first 15 or 20 minutes as they acclimatise.
Yeah, let me come to you quickly, Nadim. It's got to be a big question. Who's on the flanks, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. And I think from the England perspective, the thing that's really caught them out is whoever started hasn't done as well as the people that have come on, but they've also rotated those players. So I think it says a lot about the impact you can have coming off the bench when England, for example, are in the ascendancy and they're trying to push on. But maybe this will be the game that's that a little bit different, because as the conditions, stay as they are, the altitude with the pressure that Mexico's going to put them under, I think it'll be very, very interesting to see whether those subs can make that same sort of impact. But it's a fantastic game, it's an iconic game, and I'm sure everyone from an England persuasion who's going to be on that team bus as they drive towards that stadium will get a feel for what is going to be an incredible moment for themselves in their career.
Steve, you wanted to give something for you to smile about today. Last time England played in Mexico here.
Yeah, lovely header from Maradona here. Yeah,
The hand of God.
Out jumped the goalkeeper with his arm. I've got to say, the closer this game gets, the more I'm leaning towards Mexico. I really am.
Oh, wow, I'm shocked.
I really am.
Oh, what a huge surprise.
I'm not because of my Scottish bias, but just logically. The way England play, it's about energy and squeezing the life out of the opposition. And we're talking here about the altitude. Absolute nightmare for a team who's relying on that as much as anything else. Okay, we know they've got talent, but the way they play, they need to have that type of energy in order to show that talent. Yeah. And they're not going to be able to do it for a consistent period of time, which means they're going to have to be really smart when they do it and when they set off, because they're going to have to mix it up, because they can't do it the way they have done in this tournament so far. Every single game they've been at it in terms of energy. You can't do it here. So I'll tell you what, this is a tight one. OK,
we'll get the predictions later over by the predictions board. These are the odds for Mexico taking on England. That game coming up tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. England slight favourites coming into it despite the altitude. But let's take a look at the Penguin prediction for this clash.
OK. These are Penguins in England. That's what it looks like, right?
In Gloucestershire.
OK.
Birdland.
They'll put water under the England one. That's what happened. Guaranteed.
I mean, he just happened to stand there. I'm not quite sure that he made a choice.
Does it even count? Does it even
The Mexican one's drive the bone.
He just stood. 5 more seconds and he would have moved, I'm just saying.
Adrian and John, enjoy that game tonight. Naden, we'll hear more from you a little bit later, but let's get your predictions before we do say goodbye to you. John, who have you got?
Oh. Mexico 1-0, and Julian Andrés Quiñones will once again score a goal for Mexico, and history will be written in Estadio Azteca. La selección mexicana will beat England 1-0, 1-0.
Adrian, follow that.
Yes, please. Yes, please, John.
England have only ever played Mexico once before at a World Cup. They won 2-0. It happened to be in 1966, and they went on to win it all. So how can I not tempt fate by saying same scoreline, Mexico 0, England 2.
And England win the World Cup then, Adrian?
2-0 then.
Oh, that's a key.
2-0, yeah.
We'll play some tacos against some fish and chips.
Nadim, who have you got?
Listen, the analysis from these two has been absolutely brilliant, but I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to go with the Penguin. The Penguin knows best, so England are going to win this game.
All right, great stuff, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, Mexico.
The Penguin knew for that moment in time.
After